Welcome to part 4 of a guide to the Farming Simulator 19 Platinum Edition. This time we're looking at machinery. With me, MrSealyp. Hello and welcome to part 4 of the Platinum Expansion Platinum Edition Class DLC Guide 2. In part 4 we're going to be looking at the machinery we get as part of the expansion to class machinery. Part 1 was tractors, part 2 was harvesters, part 3 was loaders, and part 4 is going to be all the machinery. We're going to start off with the mowers because I'm going to need them to have mown some stuff to show you the other things. So in the expansion we get the class Disco mowers. We have got the Disco 3600 FC, which is the front mower, and we've got the Disco 1100C, which is the rear mower. The front mower is 3.6 metres, the rear mower is 10 metres. We have a modded mower out at the moment, which is 10 metres, which puts it out the same width as the Krone Big M that we have in game as well. Very, very handy. They're really nice looking mowers. Again, I know I keep saying it, but when I was up at Rickaby at the glass dealership up there, they had some of these out on display when they were getting ready for the Rickaby show. A lot of this machinery they did, and you can't go over the scale of it, the size of it. I mean, this is on an Action 870, so it's not a small tractor, and they don't look dwarfed or anything. They're big bits of equipment. The butterfly mowers at the back will drop down, and they are adjustable, so you can have that in standard, like large drop. It will show you on the thing I'll show you in a minute, or swath dropping. I'm not making myself sound very clear at the moment, am I? These, if we're going through class through the brands, or we can go in through the tools and we go to mowers and scroll across. The modded ones we've got at the moment are these two here, the Pottinger Novacat and X8 Varia, and these are the ones, no, that one, the Novacat A10 CF, which is a 10 metre, so it puts it in the same category as that. 7 slots for the front mower, 16 for the rear mower, 22,500 and 46,500. So for a 10 metre mower setup, obviously you've got to have the tractor as well, but not too expensive. 160 horsepower required for the rear mower, 70 for the front, so you'll get away with 250 horsepower ish. No options available. Front mower is as it is, same with the rear mower. So let's get on with it and cut some grass, shall we? So on the front mower we'll open it up, drop it down. Rear mower we'll do the same. Nice smooth animation, loads of detail on there. They swing right open to the 10 metre width, which leaves that front gap for the 3.6 metre one. Now this is where we got options. You see these black tabs on either side, like screw thread, not wing nuts, I suppose a modern version of a wing nut, I guess. If I open up the help menu now, it will give me the option. If I press R1, it says toggle work mode. At the moment it's on wide spreading, that was the word I was looking for. If I press L3, it puts it on swath dropping, and you can see those moving out and in. So I've got that on swath dropping now. Turn this back off again. I've got my Satex side panel plugged into my PS4, so it makes life a bit easier. If you haven't seen the first 3 of these, part 1, 2 and 3, I would suggest or urge you to go and watch them. I have got this on my console on PS4. Giants hooked me up. I'm one of their Farming Simulator League casters, and we're off to Poland tomorrow for Farming Simulator League tournament. So they very kindly sorted me out with the PlayStation 4 access code, which is just incredible. Normally it's just PC keys and stuff like that, so I'm incredibly lucky. So let's turn that on. Drop it down. Sits very snugly on the floor. Front, turn it on. Drop it down. And away we go. Ah, that's interesting. I thought it was going to do it, send it one swath into the middle, but it doesn't. That's something a bit different. I wasn't expecting that. That's odd then. So if I go and put it on that widespread doesn't actually make that much difference, does it really? I thought when it said swath dropping it would put it all through into the middle, so that's thrown me a little bit. It really hasn't made much of a difference on that. I suppose you can run it up 3 times. Press that again, that puts them back in again. Yeah, okay, well, you live and learn. So I'm going to do a little bit of mowing because I need to pick up some stuff. I should have enough in a minute actually. But very nice, smooth mowers. Turns are good. Often you get little bits of mist when you do turns, especially tight turns. Let's give it a tight turn, see if we miss anything. A little bit on the very tightest bit of the turn, but not too bad at all on the whole. Right, swing this back down and we'll look at the next piece of equipment. I like those mowers. 10 metre width, that's pretty cool. It's not going to take you too long to do a field like that. I'm a little bit, I would say disappointed is the wrong word. I really was hoping for a one central swath, I think was what was in my head. So, let's stop those there. Let's lift the front mower, turn it off, and fold it. Rear mower, turn it off, lift it, and we fold it. Brings them back in, folds it all up. Awesome, very nice indeed. Right, let's turn the engine off. And so, the next piece of equipment we're going to be looking at is this. This is the Rollant 455 RC Unirap. This is a round baler, and this will bale and wrap. Up until now we've only had one of these in game on console. There are some separate ones, so you can bale then come along and wrap, but a baler wrapper in one hit we've only had one up to now. And I was only saying in my Let's Play earlier today that I wanted to get one of these, but I didn't realise I was going to be able to get this one. So we'll have a look at install first. This you'll find under balers. I mean, on the other parts of this I've gone into the brands, into class, because it's just easier. But I know some people will wonder whereabouts you'll find some of these things. This is under baling equipment, but if I scroll right across we'll come to it under the brands as well. So there you go, the Rollant 455 RC Unirap. This is 13 slots, not too bad. 145 horsepower requirement, does 4,000 litre bales. Options available, we can change the foil colour to black, pink, or the kind of forest green, or have it as standard white. Options for tyres, we can have Trelleborg as standard, or we can put it on Michelin standards as well. So those are our 2 tyre choices. I will just show you under baling technology, because the one I'm talking about is the Kuhn FBP 3135. That's the only baler wrapper we have, round baler wrapper in game at the moment. There are bale wrappers, but they're separate. That's 76 grand, and this one sits at 78.5. So again, price wise pretty much the same, not really a lot in it. Very neat mod, loads of detail. Let's give it a spin. So, turn it on, drop our pickup down. Now, for grass, this will pick up grass and it will wrap grass. And the good thing about this is you can use it for all of your crop type, all of your swaths. So you can use it for hay, you can use it for straw as well. With grass, it will wrap it. It will make a silage bale. If you're baling hay, the hay will just come out the back and it skips the wrapping part. And if you're doing straw, it will do exactly the same thing. It will skip the wrapping part, and all it will do is just put out the bale out the back. So you don't have to have separate round balers if you're running round bales. If you've got this, it will do all 3. So when we get to there, it should open up when it gets to 4,000. Now you have to stop because obviously you're going to miss stuff. Comes into the back and we'll get the wrap action. And not bad at all. Slices, and L1 triangle, wall unload, like so. Now once you've already got in the back and it starts wrapping, I just wanted to watch the action of it doing it. Once the first bale comes out onto the back, you can then carry on and start collecting. If you haven't used one of these before, if you're new to the game, if you've just bought the Platinum Edition with the game and all of this in it, you may be completely new to all of this. So once that hits 4,000, it will come out the back, like so. Once that hits the back ramp, and that goes to 0 down the bottom right, like so, I can carry on collecting for the next bale while that one wraps that one, and then hopefully before I've got 4,000 litres I'll unload the one I've got. Round bales have a tendency to roll, so you have to be quite careful sometimes. That's almost ready, so I can do it on the move, press that, unload, and away we go. That actually sat down quite neatly. So there you go, that's the Rollant 455 RC Unirap. Very nice. I'm glad we got another one. Again, all about those options. I do like me some options. So, next up, we have got the Cargos 9500, 9500 loading wagon. I'll just jump across that now, which is just here. 3-axle, steers front and rear as far as I recall. Pickup drops down from the front. This is a forage loading wagon, so this will do your forage crops. It's a fair size. I think it's 53,000 litres. I'm pretty sure it's 53,000 litres. Very neat and tidy. I've got it on a Xerion because why not? Why wouldn't you? This you will find under loading wagons, actually directly above there, or you can go again in through the brands. It's entirely up to you. Price wise, it's 140,500. It's a little bit smaller than the Rapide and the ZX. That one's 56,000. That's 56,500 litres. And this one's 53,000, so that's why it's a little bit cheaper than both of those actually. So it puts it between the Tego XR and these two. Options available. We can have standard or wides, and the wides actually come up quite high as well. It lifts the whole thing up a bit, like so. Or we can have Michelin's, again standard or wides. I think those are the two options. Yeah. So for 140,500, you've got for yourself a 53,000 litre forage wagon. So what we'll do, again, let's just give it a go. Watch it in action. So, turn it on, the belts will start moving, or the belt at the front will start moving, the pickup down in there, drop the pickup down, and away we go. Pickup width seems pretty much the width of the actual pickup. Sometimes they're a little bit wider, sometimes they're a little bit narrower. The tighter the turns you do, the harder it is for them to pick up. So you have to kind of try and get it to follow the curve as best you can. And there you go, we are getting grass into our loading wagon. So there you go, that's the Cargos 9500, 9500 loading wagon. Very nice indeed. I like that. So what we're going to do now is have a look at the next of the cargos. Depends how you want to say it. Cargos, I suppose, isn't it? That's nice, that. As far as unloading goes, and you wouldn't necessarily want to unload in your field, L1, actually I'm going to turn it off. Raise the pickup. L1, R1 and triangle, and it will dump out the back. That will need to be picked up again, but when you come to put it into a bunker silo, unload whatever it is you're going to be unloading, because that will do straw and hay and whatever, that's how you unload it. So there you go. Right, on to the next, which will be the next of our cargoes. So right here in front of me we've got the Cargos 750, the Cargos 760. We've got a twin axle and a triple axle. These are both forage wagons. These are designed for doing silage harvest and things like that. They will take grass and straw and hay, and I think they take sugar cane. We'll have a quick check on those. These are not for normal grain crops. That's what they are designed for, is run alongside, or these won't hook up behind a jag or a forage harvester, because these take a pin hitch connection and these are a ball hitch connection on the back of there. So we have two. I mean, I suppose there are. One's just a little bit larger than the other, really. That's the only difference between the two. These aren't loading wagons in so much as they don't have a pickup on the front. They're designed to be loaded into by something else. These will be found, actually we'll go into brands. These will be under trailers, but we'll go in through here. Be a little bit easier. So there we go. We've got the cargo 750, 59,000 to buy, 44,500 litre capacity. There you go. It'll do wood chips, it'll do forage, it'll do silage, it'll do sugarcane. I thought sugarcane was on there. It's a standard forage trailer. And then the cargo 760, 77,500, 51,000 litre capacity. And that's your triple axle. Options available. We can have Trelleborgs or we can have Michelins. I don't think we can. Most we can standards or wides. On the Trelleborgs are just standard. So if you want wide ones, you want to go for the Michelins on these. And then the 760, the triple axle, again standard on the Trelleborg, but on the Michelins we can go standard or wide. I don't think there's another type. Nope, there's no Mitas on these. There we go. So let's see it in action. Actually, let's have a look around this one as well. The triple axle, the double axle. There isn't a single axle. Again, the details on these, absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So let's get this going first. If you haven't watched the previous ones on harvesters, jump over, have a look. We'll jump on this, put it alongside. The pipe should swing around. There we go. And if I match my cruise control perfectly to that, I can just run alongside it. I haven't got my cruise control set at the moment. Let's roll that back a little bit if I can. Try and stay alongside it while I roll my cruise control back. I want it about 6, I think. Right, so let's set the cruise control. Go. Might go a little bit too fast, let's take it back one more notch. And there we go. So we're matching speed with our cruise control, run alongside. Now because on the forage harvesters you can get different length of pipes, the longer the pipe, the further away from the header you can be. If you're running a 9 metre header, you're going to probably want a longer pipe, so you're not running right along next to it and getting caught up. But that in essence is what it's for. Loading up with chaps, take to a bunker silo, compact it, cover it, ferment it, hey presto, silage. Or if you just want to use it for transporting straw or whatever it might be. So there you go, those are the cargoes, 750 and 760s, which leaves us, I think, with just the quadrant, Bale. So, the class quadrant, 5300, 5300. I know I always say that both ways. If I say 5,300, people will then say it should be 5,300. If I say, you know, everyone says it differently around the world, so 5,300. FC quadrant. This is a square baler. These are massive in real life. I mean, absolutely huge. Again, the detail on this is incredible. Can't fault it at all. It just looks brilliant. Really, really nice. This will be found, we'll go into class, but it will be found under balers. This is right at the end as far as I recall. There you go. The quadrant, 5,300 FC. This will use, oh, the cargo trailers, sorry, there were 11 slots each, I meant to say that. The Unirap was 13. This one is 9 slots. So that one, the Rollant Unirap, was 13. This one's 9 slots, so not too bad. 153,500 to buy, requires 230 horsepower, and we'll do 4,000 litre. Square bales options available. We can have Trelleborgs or Michelins. I don't think we can change, no, the width of them. They just are what they are. So we can get a little bit closer. Trelleborg and Michelins. There we go. So let's see this being used, shall we? So first we unfold. Turn it on. drop it down. We do have a beacon on the back there if you want to put the beacon on. Normally if you've got a worker going, it might get stuck or hung up, you often get the beacons come on. And away we go. Pickup seems good, it's running at 12, it's not a HD baler, so it's not going to be running at 17 or anything like that. This will run at 12 miles per hour, whatever the equitable is in kilometres per hour, I'm not too sure. Off the top of my head. All pickup's efficient, that's good. Sometimes you can get snagged up on piles like that and it won't pick it all up. I'll work out why I've got a big gap there. Oh, when I did the test on harvesters I had... right, I'm not going to do each row, I do every other row. That way you haven't got to turn too tight your back up or anything like that. And you come back and do the other ones afterwards. Very smooth, very neat. I mean, today it's a square baler, it does what square balers do, there are quite a few in game. But again, it's nice to have something a little bit different. So there we go. That's the Class Quadrant 5300 FC. And that rounds up everything we got in the expansion. In the Platinum Edition, if you've bought it as the game with this already in, with all the class stuff. Go back, watch part 1, 2 and 3. This is part 4, showing off the machinery. What I will do is edge forward and let's unload that like so, and fold it back up again, and there we go. That's it. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.